And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We got a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to twitch.tv/takesbyfans. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. So however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered multiple ways. Alrighty, today's a big old daylight saving time Sunday. Hopefully everybody had to unfortunately lose an hour of sleep today. But today, an hour, you do. You had to wait an hour less to listen to the show today, so probably pretty good, yeah? Alrighty, today on the show, we are continuing on with day 28 of our 73-day NFL Draft Countdown, and I'll just tell you right off the rip, we are looking at a defensive end from Wake Forest named Carlos Bashman Jr. Ooh, how good is he going to look? Well, he's got a nice frame, folks, 6'5", like 280, it's like kind of crazy, so we'll break down the stats, look at his highlights a little bit, see what this man's got. And then breaking down the NBA and going over the stories. Today is also the selection Sunday for the March Madness tournament. So that's coming about at 6 o'clock today, Eastern time. Possibly may go live for that. So stick to my Twitter and stick to my Twitch for all the information on that if we do. And I believe we are also having our own tournament. We will be hosting a tournament, and I believe the prize is going to be free to enter, but the prize could be something pretty good. So be on the lookout for that. Follow my Twitter, follow my Facebook, follow the social media folks to get all the up-to-date information. So we will definitely keep you guys posted today Sunday, on all that going down. So alrighty, and then we'll reiterate it on the show throughout, the week. But let's start here. Here we go. Bears are planning to allow Mitch Trubisky to leave and address their quarterback concerns via free agency or trade. Oh, are the Bears planning to allow Mitch Trubisky to leave? Hey, Mitch, you can go. No, but I want to say no. We were just kind of being polite, asking you to leave. We're actually telling you to leave. You actually have to leave now. We're releasing you. We're cutting you. We don't think you're the guy, and you haven't proven to us that you are the guy. You've proven that you're better than Nick Foles. Congratulations. Nick Foles, he's a career backup. He got lucky off of, Carson Wentz work and won a Super Bowl and got a statue and got paid and almost was a franchise quarterback with the Jags, and we all know how that worked out because now he's with the Bears, so. Yes, Mitch Trubisky, you are better than Nick Foles, but that's really not that big of an accomplishment, honestly. And all these turnovers and red zone turnovers and not getting it done in the red zone and settling for field goals if you don't throw an interception, it's just a little bit too much. Now you got Matt Nagy almost about to lose his job. Matt Nagy has to step up and honestly kind of get to possibly the NFC semifinals, honestly. Probably you got to get to the playoffs, definitely, Matt Nagy this year. And you kind of has to be at least competitive, if not win the wild card round, if that's where they're at, because I doubt they get a first round bye right off the rip with a new quarterback. Mitch Trubisky, you got to go. You just got to go. I don't care where you go. You probably won't go anywhere. Really can't see any team. Which team is going to take Mitch Trubisky, folks? Which team is going to do that? Let's just kind of go through. Do I even have it up still? Dang it. Do I not have it up? Must have closed it. Let's just go through. Which teams are going to be in the market for a quarterback? And a Mitch Trubisky quarterback, you know what I mean? So here we go. Definitely not going to Seattle. I mean, even if they get rid of Russell Wilson, they're not going to be like, oh, yeah, Mitch Trubisky's a comparable kind of replacement of Russell Wilson. No. So not going to the Seahawks. Rams already have their new guy. Cardinals have their guy. 49ers, they're either having Jimmy G or going to get Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson. So it's going to be one of those three, and Mitch Trubisky is not one of those three quarterbacks in that conversation. The Saints, they got Drew Brees, and then they got Jameis Winston, and then they got what's his name? What's the tight end's name? That's real good. Taysom Hill. And honestly, all three of those quarterbacks I take over Mitch Trubisky. I love actually what Taysom Hill showed us in his kind of few starts this season. I think he started 2 games. And I think I liked everything I saw about this man. So yes, I take Taysom Hill over Mitch Trubisky, hands down, no conversation, no debate. All right, for the Bucks, they still got Thomas Brady. Carolina Panthers, Teddy Bridgewater is hands down leaps and bounds ahead of Mitch Trubisky, let's be honest. And same thing with Matt Ryan. I'm taking Matt Ryan over Mitch Trubisky all day as well. All right, then for Washington, once again, I take Taylor Heineke over Mitch Trubisky. I'm literally taking everybody over Mitch Trubisky. That's how not good this man is. Just not getting it done in the red zone. That's not going to get it done in the NFL, folks. I'm sorry, but that's just how it works out. If you're throwing red zone interceptions, settling for field goals, you're out of here because we are not winning games. And they won 8 games last season, mostly because of their defense. And Mitch Trubisky kind of getting bailed out by Allen Robinson the other 50% of the time, not getting bailed out by the defense. Alrighty, the Giants. Daniel Jones is better than Mitch Trubisky. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Dak Prescott. Yes, sir. Absolutely better than Mitch Trubisky. Jalen Hurts, second year. Absolutely still better than Mitch Trubisky. His first year, his half a season that he played is better than what Mitch Trubisky has put out for the last 3 seasons. Is it 4 seasons now? Whatever it is, it's not good. Whatever it is, it's not good. Aaron Rodgers. I mean, come on, folks. Is that even a question? Bears, obviously. He's better than Nick Foles. I will give Mitch Trubisky that. I would take Mitch Trubisky over Nick Foles because Nick Foles can't put up any points. And Mitch Trubisky, yes, he loses, but at least he puts up some points. I mean, Nick Foles is putting up like 7 points a game, and honestly, that doesn't get it done. That at least Mitch Trubisky gives me a chance to put up like 20 points, not because of Mitch Trubisky, but because the wide receivers are able to kind of catch his passes a little bit better. That's just kind of what I saw. Alrighty, then the Vikings, Kirk Cousins. Is Kirk Cousins fully better than Mitch Trubisky? No, but he's a little bit more consistent, and he kind of plays a better game manager role. But, I mean, as we just saw this season, I mean, Kirk Cousins needs like great wide receivers around him, great talent around him, or he flounders all day. So it is close there, but I think I do give it to Kirk Cousins. And they're also not in the market for a quarterback right now. All right, Detroit, they just got Jared Goff, and I think they're going to rock with him this season, at least this season, if they only rock with him 1 season. All right, the Titans, Ryan Tannehill. Yes. Ryan Tannehill is definitely better than Mitch Trubisky. Ryan Tannehill is very good if he's got good talent around him. And they got they got a ton of talent there in Tennessee. All right, the Colts, Carson Wentz. Yes, Carson Wentz is better than Mitch Trubisky. I take Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz has proven that he is a winner if he can stay healthy. I'd rather have somebody that's good at 100% healthy than Mitch Trubisky, who's really not even that great at 100% healthy. So I take Carson Wentz. Deshaun Watson, once again, folks, this is not a question. Trevor Lawrence is already better than Mitch Trubisky. We haven't even seen him in the NFL, and he's kind of getting his college seasons have actually kind of gotten worse the longer he's been there. But either way, still, Trevor Lawrence is better than Mitch Trubisky, hands down. All right, then for the Bills, we got Josh Allen, absolutely, hands down. Tua, yes, his accuracy is there. He will be fine, folks. I take Tua over Mitch Trubisky. I still take Cam Newton over Mitch Trubisky. How crazy am I? And he's turning it over and not being clutch and only throwing 8 passing touchdowns and 10 interceptions, unfortunately. But I still take Cam Newton. I would rather still have the dual threat than the lackluster passing ability that Mitch Trubisky possesses. Alrighty, Sam Darnold. Now this one's close. Now this one could be a little close. I'm really not sure how great Sam Darnold is because the Jets organization has just been absolutely trash. The defensive coordinators, the offensive coordinators, the owners, the general managers, literally everything about this Jets team is trash, especially the talent at wide receiver. So I do think Sam Darnold is still better than Mitch Trubisky. It's just Sam Darnold, unfortunately, has really everything against him there in New York. Alrighty, Big Ben, yes, Big Ben right now, because Big Ben has proven that he can lead me to at least 11-0 and get me into the playoffs. Yes, the arm is going to decline throughout the season, so I probably won't make it far in the playoffs, but at least I'm making the playoffs, and at least I'm undefeated for the first 8-10 weeks of the season, where Mitch Trubisky, I mean, we're losing week 2, we're losing week 3, we're almost losing week 1 if it wasn't for a miraculous comeback, so... Alrighty, so yes, I take Big Ben right now at this moment, getting paid like $8 million a year, really on this last leg here. I'm taking Big Ben over Mitch Trubisky. Lamar Jackson, once again, not a question. Baker Mayfield, yes, Baker Mayfield is having great success here. Probably the best season he's ever had this past season, and I love it, and I think he gets better. Joe Burrow already hands down, and he got injured midway season. So after injured, Joe Burrow is still better than Mitch Trubisky. Honestly, injured Joe Burrow is better than Mitch Trubisky. As soon as Joe Burrow got injured, and it was bad. What was it? ACL, something like that. I still take an ACL injured Joe Burrow over Mitch Trubisky. Like, as soon as that injury happened, if I still have, I'm like, if Mitch Trubisky's my backup, I'm like, no, you're staying in, Joe. You're still gonna play. You can sit. You can still be sitting and play. That's still better than what Mitch Trubisky's gonna put out on the field. Alrighty, and then obviously Patrick Mahomes is better, Derek Carr is better, Justin Herbert's way better. I mean, Justin Herbert's going to be fantastic, folks. And then Drew Locke. Is Drew Locke better than Mitch Trubisky? This might be the only one that Mitch Trubisky's a little bit better than. This is interesting. Let's go to the stats for Drew Locke. I got to get a complete picture of this man. I know he's got lackluster touchdowns, and I think he might have double-digit interceptions because he was not scoring until the fourth quarter, and he was not turning the ball, and he was turning the ball over for the first three quarters. Wasn't scoring until the fourth quarter, and by then it was usually too late, and that's why they won 6 games. Like, how many of the games did they win last season? 6 or 7? 5. Yeah, even worse, folks. Even worse. Alrighty, so Drew Locke last year. Oh, my goodness. 57% completion percentage. I've seen enough. Mitch Trubisky's better. 16 touchdowns, 15. Oh, my God. 16 touchdowns, 15. Yeah, so, okay. Mitch Trubisky is better than one quarterback, folks, and it's Drew Locke, and he's probably not going to be, the Broncos quarterback come next season. So, yeah, it's Mitch Trubisky. You may be able to go to Denver. You may be able to go to Denver if they're not going to draft a quarterback, which I'm sure they are going to. So, I think Mitch Trubisky, you're a backup. You're out of the league. So, Bears are planning to allow Mitch Trubisky to leave, and they are going to be addressing their quarterback concerns via free agency or trade. And I honestly think just the phrasing of this tweet is so funny. That's kind of why we brought it up, and it went on for 12 minutes. But yeah, it's just so funny. Hey, Mitch Trubisky, you can leave. Please do it. We're trying not to throw you out. We're trying to kind of be, a little amicable here by just letting you walk away, having, parting away mutually. But it's kind of all of it's the business side coming out. You got to get the heck out of here, please, as soon as possible, please. So Mitch Trubisky, he's going to be available, so we'll see where he goes. We'll see. Honestly, New England may pick him up. If they don't get anybody good in the draft, if all the quarterbacks are gone by their 15th pick for New England, they may take Mitch Trubisky. They may pick him up and have him back up Cam Newton, and that would be a very, very undangerous quarterback duo there in New England, Cam Newton and Mitch Trubisky. I would not be scared going against them defensively. So very interesting here. Mitch Trubisky is gone. Alrighty, we just looked at Travis Etienne a couple of days ago on the show in our draft prospect countdown here, and we loved everything about him. We loved watching this man play. His stats were fantastic. The highlights were fantastic. His ability was fantastic, and we honestly were saying that he should go above Najee Harris in the draft. Travis Etienne should be the first running back drafted, and then we get Stephon Diggs. We get a quote on Travis Etienne, quote here from Stephon Diggs, wide receiver of the Bills. Alvin Kamara gotta be his league comparison, and that's honestly the best comp you can get at the running back position. Besides, Derrick Henry, which, I mean, nobody's Derrick Henry, nobody's that beefy, folks. I mean, Derrick Henry is a once-in-a-generation player, and that's why he's the best running back in the league, and will probably go down as the best running back of all time. You can take this take to the bank, folks. He's only like 3 seasons in and getting better every single year. Derrick Henry will be the greatest quarterback of all, or the greatest running back of all time, hands down. No debate. Takes by fans said it first here. But anyway, back to Travis Etienne. And having Alvin Kamara be his league comparison, once again, I mean, there's really just kind of 2 categories of running backs, just strict running backs or great catching running backs, and really there's only 2 great catching running backs in this league. Alvin Kamara is one, and Christian McCaffrey is the other one. Really, I mean, basically the same player. Which one would I take? Maybe Alvin Kamara because he's a little bit more shifty, where Christian McCaffrey is a little bit of more of a physical runner and physical catcher out of the backfield. And Travis Etienne is shifty. I mean, we've been seeing that all day. So absolutely fantastic here. This man's going to be truly something special. We saw, as soon as we saw this man play in the highlights, we knew this man could definitely be something in this league. And now we get Stephon Diggs saying that he's basically Alvin Kamara. And if that's true, you've got to go and get him as soon as you can. If you're a team that needs a running back or just needs great offense, honestly, you go out and get Travis Etienne. You don't kind of, sit back and wait till a running back, when you're supposed to draft him in the second round or whatever, the official rules are lame. Go out and get this man number 3, number 1, number 2. It should not matter. You're getting great talent here, and you got to lock him up because this man's going to be something special in this league, truly. Alrighty, and then once again, there's some great names coming out here, folks, offensively and defensively for, just before free agency begins, and the Chargers are releasing cornerback Casey Hayward, and folks, this man can play. Not this man, that's Drew Locke, that man cannot play. Casey Hayward, here we go. Only one interception this season, but they're not throwing to his side because of his 2016 and 2017 season. 2016 and 2017, he had 20 and 22 pass defenses. They were trying his side. Richard Sherman, I think his most pass defenses was like 27 in one season. So you're getting high up to 20s. That means they're testing you, and you're breaking it up almost every single time that they are testing you. And now look at these pass defenses after these 20 seasons, 8, 8, and 8. So they're not really testing his side. That would kind of account for the lack of interceptions, because if they're not thrown to your side, you can't pick off the ball. So they're not even testing his side anymore. Solid corner here. Whether you want to put him on your number 1, he can kind of hang with the number 1 wide receivers, or if you want to just kind of have a secure, way clear, better corner on a number 2 wide receiver, you can have him here as well. So he can be your main guy, he can be your second guy. This man can definitely ball. So there is a lot of talent out here. Unfortunately, he is still only 5'11", like my corners to be like 6'1" or 6'2", but still decent height there. So, you don't have to just rely on the draft. You can go and get great players right now through free agency once it begins. I think it begins like next week. I think we're getting right into it. So, there's a lot of great talent here, folks, offensively, defensively. We just saw Emmanuel Sanders get released from the Saints like 2 days ago. There's really pieces everywhere. And Juju Smith-Schuster is getting out of there. I think March 17th is the date that free agency officially begins. So, expect a lot more movement up until the 17th. And expect a lot of things to go down on the 17th, folks. A lot of signings, a lot of, big names going to new teams. It's going to get crazy, folks. This is going to be a crazy season, and we really have to respect Tom Brady. He is the LeBron James. Tom Brady is the LeBron James of movement in the NFL. Nobody had super teams until LeBron James paired up with D. Wade and Chris Bosh in Miami, and now everybody's got super teams. We got Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving. Folks, this is the most ridiculous team ever assembled. And then we also had before that Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Kevin Durant. So it's always just keep on going. And now Tom Brady left New England and then instantly won a ring first year while moving, and we haven't really ever seen career franchise quarterbacks go and move around. And now since ever Tom Brady left, now Russell Wilson wants out because he saw, hey, I can go somewhere else and win a ring instantly. Like, that is possible now. That has just been set. The tone has been set. The bar has been set by Tom Brady, and now Deshaun Watson wants out, and we just got a blockbuster trade of Jared Goff for Matt Stafford. What the heck? What? That has never happened in this league. So Tom Brady is the LeBron James of NFL movement, of NFL player movement. He set the bar, and we got to respect Tom Brady for it, because now we're getting very interesting off seasons right off the rip, and we're getting quarterback, like, folks, we have never seen franchise starting quarterback movement like this. We would not be talking about Russell Wilson leaving Seattle if it was not for Tom Brady just leaving New England, and we definitely wouldn't have got that Jared Goff for Matthew Stafford trade straight up with a couple of picks. I get it, but we would not have seen that if it was not for Tom Brady leaving New England and winning a Super Bowl instantly first year with the Bucs. Now, if he got to the Super Bowl, we maybe even if he lost the Super Bowl, let's just put it like that, because he did get to the Super Bowl. If he lost the Super Bowl, I still think we're getting kind of some of this movement as well, but maybe not to this volume that we're getting year one after the Tom Brady switch. It's honestly crazy out here, folks. So be prepared for free agency, and be prepared for kind of like the 2 weeks up to the draft when, teams are starting to kind of solidify their plans moving forward. It's gonna get freaking wild out here, folks. Alrighty, let's finish up with some basketball stories. I thought this was pretty clear and obvious, but I guess it wasn't, maybe. The Lakers say Alex Caruso has a mild concussion. Yes, he left the game, 2 days ago, their last game, the Lakers' last game, because he hit his head on the back court, or on the court. He hit the back of his head on the court. So he does have a concussion, going to be out probably a couple games here, at least probably a week, maybe a week and a half. We saw how long Grayson Allen was out for with that concussion. I mean, he still wasn't even able to go after the All-Star break with that concussion. So he's going to be out for a little bit, and, that's definitely going to hurt their bench, kind of the facilitator on the bench, helping other scorers. So, now you still have Anthony Davis out. You got Alex Caruso out. We'll see how the Lakers fare, but they did just win their last game, so maybe that is a little promising. But he is going to be out for a little bit here. Alrighty, and then last night in the NBA, holy moly, triple-doubles galore. 5 triple-doubles in one day. That is history, folks, according to the NBA. The first 5 triple-double day in NBA history. Got to give it up to Julius Randle, absolutely fantastic. James Harden, once again, absolutely fantastic. Kyrie Irving's not having triple-double on triple-double day, huh? Giannis, triple-double, yes, sir. Russell Westbrook, oh my goodness, who would have saw that coming? Of course Russell Westbrook's going to be on the triple-double history day here, okay? You can't have triple-double history day without Russell Westbrook. Would it be nuts? And then Domantas Sabonis here with the final triple-double to kind of close out the 5 triple-double days. So absolute madness yesterday in the league. Kind of ruined our moneymaker a little bit. Kind of a little bit. I mean, we picked the right winners. We just we were off a couple of points there on the spread. So unfortunate there, but crazy day yesterday in the NBA. Got to give it up. Love seeing all this talent out here, truly. Alrighty, those are all the stories for today, so let's head over to the NBA now. We'll quickly kind of overview what happened yesterday. We'll go a little bit deeper into the stats. Then we'll do our moneymaker for today's action, and then we'll head over to our NFL Draft Prospect of the Day, Carlos Bashman Jr. Is it Bashman or Bushman? I think it's Bushman. Let me double check. Oh, it is Bashman. All right. Couldn't read my own handwriting for a second there. All right, but we're back to the NBA. Here we go, the Knicks and the Thunder, and I'm so glad that the Knicks blew out the Thunder because that's honestly what should have happened. We were a little afraid because Derrick Rose wasn't playing for the Knicks, but we saw Shai Gilgeous-Alexander out for the Thunder, and there was no reason why the Knicks should have been competitive against them or should have lost against them. So the really only option here for the Knicks was a blowout, and they win by 22 points. I call that a blowout, especially on the road. Absolutely magnificent there by the Knicks. Very well done getting back on track here. We'll see if they can keep it up. And we'll see what happens on the starters or on the bench. But 120 points by the Knicks, I mean, that's pretty solid scoring throughout. So I'm sure the bench and starters all got it done last night. Alrighty, Nets and the Pistons, and this was one of our moneymakers. We swallowed 11 points by the Nets, and unfortunately, this Pistons team has been kind of competitive a little recently after the All-Star break, getting their stuff together, and kind of challenging the Nets a little bit. I saw James Harden hit a clutch shot. I think Kyrie Irving may have hit a clutch shot as well down the stretch, but Nets win kind of closely here, 100-95, so unfortunately, we had to swallow 11 here for the Nets. We did. Unfortunately, it bites us in the butt. But, hey, that's not shaking our confidence on the Nets. I mean, we'll give them one. We'll give them one loss here. And, always, when you're swallowing double-digit points, it's never a guarantee. We never really like to do it, but we were feeling a little good heading into yesterday's action. So we took 2 games over 10.5 points. And a little unfortunate that we lost on both of those. But the Nets still hold on for the win, 195 over the Pistons. Alrighty, then the Raptors and the Hornets, and I was going to say, is this Raptors team going to keep winning without Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam and OG Anunoby? I was like, that would be madness. That would honestly be madness if they were winning consistently without those players, but their kind of short-lived winning streak is brought to a close here by the Hornets. Love seeing the Hornets get back on track. Everybody was feeling it. They had 11 3-pointers in the first quarter. I mean, absolutely, or 9 or 11, one of the two. Just absolutely killing it from 3 all night long, really kind of propelling them over the Raptors. So the Hornets are back on track here with a win. Love it. I love it. Alrighty, all right, that was actually our moneymaker pick as well. Oh my goodness, the one that we hit, we forgot to mention. We took the Hornets minus 2.5. They win by 10. So fantastic there. We love the Hornets, and we have to swallow kind of 3, maybe 4 less points with them. We feel very confident on that. So very well done, the Hornets. Love betting them. Love watching them. Love LaMelo Ball. Love Terry Rozier. just don't like Cody Zeller that much. All right, let's keep going here. Bucks and the Wizards, another pick in our moneymaker, and this was another one that we had to swallow a lot of points on. Bucks minus 10.5, and they only won by 6 because Russell Westbrook for some reason wanted to go absolutely insane and had the triple-double, but with 42 gosh darn points. And we got the clips of this game as well because the Wizards were this close of winning the game, folks, and truly unfortunate here. But we get the greatness by Russell Westbrook, and then we also get the not greatness by Russell Westbrook, all in kind of the span of the final minute of the game, and that's just classic Russell Westbrook. I mean, it's just everything that's great about him. There is kind of something equally not great about him that ends up having them lose the game or lose close games or not competitive in games, and it's just truly unfortunate. So once again, Wizards, now they were competitive and they did kind of, almost beat the Bucks, but once again, it's the Bucks and the Wizards are not winning. So I want to give the Wizards credit, folks. I truly do, but man, oh man, it's a little hard sometimes, and this is one of the times. We'll show you the tape when we get there. Alrighty, then we get the Kings and the Hawks, and very well done to the Hawks beating the Kings. We stayed away from this game, probably shouldn't in kind of retrospect, but we thought the Kings may have the ability to start streaking again a little bit, so we were a little hesitant, but Trae Young and company puts the kibosh on that and wins 121-106. It was only a 4-point spread, folks. Darn it. Missed out on some value there, unfortunately. Alrighty, then we go to Blazers and Timberwolves, and once again, man, we had the Blazers minus 5, and they only win by 4. Darn it! This Timberwolves team starting to be a little bit more competitive here. I mean, they were competitive in the first half, in the back half once they got Karl-Anthony Towns back, but yeah, competitive here against the Blazers, still competitive, still very close. Damian Lillard just kind of icing the game. That's what he does. The final minute, they're up 3, he hits another 3. We got the clip, we're going to play it, because whenever I can get a clutch Dame time, whenever Dame points to his wrist, we're going to watch it, folks. And I don't know if he pointed to it, but I'm sure he was doing it in his head. So we'll watch it. So the Blazers win 125-121 over the T-Wolves. All right, then the Pacers and the Suns. Yes, sir. Karis LeVert is back, and they win. I love it. Maybe we can start taking this Pacers team as the real deal now, especially beating the Suns, the second-best team in the West. Absolutely magnificent, huge, great win here by the Pacers. I mean, we'll talk about it when we get to the game, but now that Karis LeVert's in the starting lineup, yes, he started. They didn't even bring him off the bench, and that was fantastic because now they put Doug McDermott off the bench, and he provides 20 points off the bench. I mean, that's what they were missing, that great bench elite scorer, just kind of that second great scorer. So now you got a great scorer in the starting lineup. You can have a great scorer off the bench, and now we're looking at a pretty decent Pacers team. Now, if they can get a good big, a better big, this could be almost a complete team here. So watch out for this Pacers team. This is what the Pacers are right now. We have to start judging the Pacers on from right now up until whenever their season ends. If it's not into the finals or if they don't even get to the playoffs, but from here on out, this is the true Pacers team. We can't take them at 17-20 anymore. We have to take them as 1-0, folks. This is the new look Pacers. Watch out for them. Alrighty, and then the last game of the night, the Mavericks and the Nuggets, and the Mavericks won, folks. This Mavericks team, are they 10-0 in their last 10 now? What are they at? This Mavericks team has been on a tear. They're 7-3 in their last 10. Absolutely fantastic. Have the 8th seed in the Western Conference at 20-17. And folks, they're just winning game after game and beating the good teams and beating the above average teams. So got to give a lot of credit to the Mavericks, and I'm so glad that we bought them at the right time. We put them in the top 10. We put them at number 10 in our last power rankings the Friday right before the All-Star break, and they have just been nothing but impressing us since that moment. So we sold the Wizards. We sold the Wizards, the Knicks, and another team. Kind of blanking on it. The Bulls. We sold the Wizards, the Knicks, and the Bulls at the right time and started buying the Mavericks right at the right time. So, once again, let's give ourselves a round of applause here, folks. We don't do this for no reason. We know what we're talking about. There it is. Alrighty, now let's move on. So, that was just kind of a little overview of all the games. Let's go a little bit deeper into the stats to get a little bit more of an understanding to help us win our bets, to help us kind of just predict what's going to happen and who's going to win these games coming up and who should be the top tier teams. So, here we go, Knicks and the Thunder. And let's start here with the Knicks. I'm expecting great stuff by the starters and the bench here. So let's see what we get. RJ Barrett, holy moly, 32 big old points, 3 steals, 3 assists, 5 rebounds on 57% shooting, and 3 of 6 from 3. Absolutely fantastic. And Julius Randle had a great game as well. 26 points, 12 assists, 12 rebounds, holy cow, and 2 steals. Wow. 53% shooting on 3 of 6 from 3 as well. So this is absolutely magnificent. Your number 1 and your number 2, Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, having absolutely fantastic games here. Then you get a good contribution by Reggie Bullock at the 3. 14 points, 2 rebounds. Unfortunately, Nerlens Noel didn't have that great of a scoring night. Only 2 points, but he only took 4 shots. But he did have 8 rebounds, and 5 of those rebounds were offensive, so yes, sir. And then Frank Nikitina here, no points at the starting guard position, but only played 7 minutes and only took 1 shot. So great stuff by the starters, and then I'm seeing great stuff by the bench as well. Emmanuel Quickley, 21 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds on 56% shooting, and Alec Burks, 15 points and 4 rebounds on 33% shooting. So the shooting wasn't there, the efficiency wasn't there, but I'll still take double-digit points over anything, and that's what that man had. So absolutely fantastic. And let's not forget about Taj Gibson here, 2 points on 0 shots, just got to the free throw line twice, and then he had 8 rebounds to go along with that. So this is fantastic. This is what the Knicks are now, folks. Great starters, great benches. You can get all great production from a lot of different players here. The main starters step up, the mains off the bench step up. And I mean, we still have Obi Toppin and Kevin Knox, and Derrick Rose still didn't even play. So there are still other players that can't score if these kind of main pieces here can't, but they were all on last night. Absolutely magnificent performance here by the Knicks. Alrighty, let's go to the Thunder now. As we said, unfortunately, no Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, so unfortunately, Luguentz Stort's going to have to do it all himself, and we know you really can't do that. So Luguentz Dort moves from the 3 to the 2 here, and we usually see a lot more success by Luguentz Dort at the 2 than the 3, so let's see how he did. So at the 2, Luguentz Dort, 14 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds, but get this, on 22% shooting, because he got to the line 10 times. I mean, he was the only one that really got to the line at all this game for the Thunder. So a little bit of a kind of a not great night by Luguentz Dort. Still wasn't shooting well. 22%, 2 of 9 from the field. Theo Melendon, 10 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. We get Aleksej Pokusevski. All right, at the 3, filling in for Luguentz Dort at the 3. 4 points on 18% shooting, so he wasn't that great, and 7 rebounds. Not great there. Then we get Isaiah Roby, 10 points, and Al Horford, 16 points and 5 rebounds. So definitely needed Luguentz Dort to step up. Nobody even scored 20 points here in this game, so we're really not going to see a winner. We get the bench actually did pretty decent. They all played a lot of minutes because, you're going to spread the ball around because you don't have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, so you have to make something else work. So Moses Brown, 9 points and 9 rebounds. Ty Jerome, 11 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Kenneth Williams, 13 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, and then Justin Jackson, 10 points. So not bad from their bench. Unfortunately, they didn't have their main scorer here. They didn't have a superstar to kind of take over the game and score the 32 like RJ Barrett, or the 26 like Julius Randle, or the 21 like Emmanuel Quickley off the bench. They just don't have that. And that's why the Knicks are pretty good here. Alrighty, moving on to the Pistons and the Nets here. Let's start here with the Nets since they won the game. James Harden, 24 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds on 42% shooting. Now, he shot 0 of 6 from 3. Not great at all, but it's just so funny. When we compare James Harden and Kyrie Irving on a nightly basis, James Harden has better nights, clearly, but all I keep hearing is Kyrie Irving needs to be in the MVP discussion because he had 2 good games against the Celtics, against his former teams where he balled out. Okay, that's fine. Congratulations. But James Harden is like averaging a triple-double. The man is averaging 11 assists, and nobody's even at 10 besides him. So please, stop it. Kyrie Irving's great, and nobody's doubting that. But in the grand scheme of what is making this team tick, it's James Harden on a nightly basis, folks. Yes, Kyrie Irving has some clutch moments and, was great against the Celtics. Nobody's doubting that. But James Harden is having equally great games against those Celtics team. And every time Kyrie Irving has a great game, James Harden always has also has a great game as well. And once Kyrie Irving has a not great game or a little bit of a lackluster game, James Harden has a great game. And we kind of hear peeps from the media, folks. folks. So James Harden is the king of this Nets team. I don't want to hear it anymore, folks. Kyrie Irving is great. Nobody's doubting that, but he's not the leader. He's not the number one here. It's James Harden, folks. So here we go. Let's go back to James Harden real quick. 24 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds, 0 of 6 from 3. Kyrie Irving was also 0 of 6 from 3 as well. But he also had 18 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. So once again, lackluster. Everything that Kyrie Irving did, James Harden did kind of double. Almost doubled points. Not almost, but more points. Doubled rebounds, doubled assists, all that. So, come on, folks. And they were basically at the same shooting percentage. Kyrie went 8 of 18. James Harden went 8 of 19. So, James Harden just took one extra shot. Alrighty, then we get Deandre Jordan, 14 points, 9 rebounds. He's not doing terrible. He's got to be a little bit of a better defender, definitely, but not terrible on the points and the assist. Joe Harris, 10 points, 4 rebounds, a little lackluster. We definitely want to see him around 12 to 15 points a game. And then Bruce Brown, definitely a lackluster night by him. 3 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound, and only 14% shooting. That is not going to get it done. Luckily, they did kind of squeak away here with the win against the Pistons, kind of thanks to in part by James Harden closing out the game a little bit, and thanks to in part by Landry Shamet, who was kind of on all game. 15 points, did nothing else, just straight up, just to score here. 15 points on 83% shooting. Only missed 1 shot all night, but hit 100% of the threes he took, 3 of 3 from 3. So absolutely magnificent here. Definitely kind of helped him out here a little bit off the bench. Very well done. And then what else do we get off the bench? Jeff Green, 5 points, 4 rebounds. He did play 30 minutes, +2 in the plus-minus, so great defense. And then Nicholas Claxton, he's kind of been stepping it up here a little bit these last kind of 4 or 5 games here for the Nets. So off the bench, 8 points, 1 steal, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, and only 17 minutes. So that's not bad, especially when there's just so many other great scores ahead of him where you really can't get great offensive production besides the main core of guys. But Nicholas Claxton is still putting up 8 points here. That's not bad. We'll give it to him. Alrighty, so let's go to the Pistons now. Here we go. Jeremy Grant having a pretty good night here. 22 points, only 2 assists and 3 rebounds, though, so maybe not that great of a night. 1 of 5 from 3, 41% shooting overall. He led the team in scoring, so I guess that's good, but, I mean, that's exactly what we expect on a nightly basis. Saddiq Bey, once again, got to step it up. Saddiq, come on, man. You're trying to compete for Rookie of the Year with LaMelo Ball, and it's not going to work if you're only putting up 13 points on 30% shooting and 2 of 9 from 3. That's not going to work. We need him in 20-plus point category as well if we want to see this Pistons team have decent success here and start winning some games consistently. We need Jeremy Grant kind of in 25-plus, and we need Saddiq Bey in 20-plus territory. Already, Mason Plumlee, he's actually kind of, do I dare say, the most consistent player on this Pistons team, maybe besides Jeremy Grant or maybe even above Jeremy Grant. I would probably agree whatever argument you made, but Mason Plumlee, 11 points, 6 assists, and 9 rebounds on 45% shooting, so maybe a little bit better of a score there, but the points are there, the rebounds are there kind of on a nightly basis, and he was a +1 in a loss, so I'll take it. Wayne Ellington, 9 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound on 37% shooting, 3 of 8 from 3, that's all he took. And then Delon Wright here, 13 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds on 50% shooting. Once again, not bad. Definitely everybody can be a little bit better here on this Pistons team. But that's what we know. This Pistons team isn't anything. They're not full of superstars. It's a lot of role players trying to kind of emerge in this league. And then off the bench, let's shout out Rodney McGruder, 13 points, 10 points, 2 assists, 7 rebounds. And then let's shout out Josh Jackson as well. 8 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. He got it done. So unfortunate here that the Pistons lose. They kept it close, which we appreciate, but we want to see this Pistons team start winning a little bit more. Alrighty, moving on to Raptors and the Hornets here. Let's start here with the mother-loving Hornets, who could not miss a 3. Folks, they hit 21 threes this game. Absolutely wild. So here we go. LaMelo Ball, 23 points, 6 assists, 9 rebounds. This man can ball. This man can ball. No pun intended. Absolutely magnificent. I mean, he shot 6 of 9 from 3. He shot 63% overall. Fantastic performance. Then we get Terry Rozier, 17 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. He shot 4 of 11 from 3. Not the greatest, but not terrible. Cody Zeller, 10 points, 7 rebounds. PJ Washington, 11 points, 3 assists, 6 rebounds, and he shot 33%. Could have been a little bit better. And then Gordon Hayward, only 9 points. Very light, but they still get the win because they had great bench contribution we'll get to in a second. But Gordon Hayward, 9 points, 5 assists, and 7 rebounds, and 2 steals, and 1 block. Yes, sir. So kind of getting it done all together here. And then off the bench, Devontae Graham, 17 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds on 5 of 9 from 3. And then Malik Monk, 16 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds on 60% shooting. 2 of 6 from 3, not great, but overall he got the 16 points, so we'll give it to him. So great night by LaMelo Ball, great night by the bench, decent night by everybody else in the starting lineup, and they're able to kind of overcome this kind of a little unfortunately lackluster Raptors team since they were missing a couple of pieces. Alrighty, let's go to the Raptors now, who did not step up. Kyle Lowry, 19 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds on 43% shooting. Not terrible. Norman Powell, only 13 points. That is the key of the Raptors winning games without Fred VanVleet, Siakam, and OG Anunoby, is that Norman Powell needs to kind of go for 25 plus. Unfortunately, he only goes for 13 points on 28% shooting. Not great. He took 14 shots, folks. So the ability to score those 25 plus points were there. He just didn't cash in on those opportunities. So that's kind of basically why they lost. Aaron Baines, kind of another reason, kind of got absolutely destroyed by Cody Zeller. That's not a great sign. Cody Zeller's kind of bottom tier good bigs, if we have to say that. I don't like saying that, but that's unfortunately what he is. So Aaron Baines here, 3 points, 2 rebounds, minus 23 on the floor. Yikeroonies. Stanley Johnson, 3 points on 20% shooting. DeAndre Bembry, 11 points, 6 rebounds. He shot 55%, so not bad. But yeah, that Stanley Johnson, Aaron Baines, and not great night by Norman Powell. That will get you a loss for sure. Now, off the bench, they did have decent contributions here, so let's shout them out. Paul Watson, 12 points, and Chris Boucher, 16 points, 6 rebounds, but we know he's great off the bench. We don't have to worry about him. So, Raptors kind of kept it a little close, unfortunately. I mean, LaMelo Ball is just too good. I can't beat him. Alrighty, moving on to the Bucks and the Wizards now. Let's start here with the Bucks since they won the game. So here we go, Giannis, mother loving. Or no, hang on. Actually, let's start here with the tape because we get clutchness by Russell Westbrook and then not clutchness by Russell Westbrook. So here we go. Game, 45 seconds left. Russell Westbrook with the ball, and they are down 3, 119-116 to the Bucks. So here we go. What does Russell Westbrook do? He cashes out threes, baby. Yes, sir. Ties the game at 119. And then a little bit later, they're down to 121-119 with 31 seconds left. And what does Russell Westbrook do this time? He goes and tries to challenge Chris Middleton at the bucket. Unfortunately, he just couldn't make the layup there. Just could not make the layup, and I don't like the attempt here. Going against Chris Middleton, he's got size on you all day, and I know Russell Westbrook is shifty and athletic, and I get all of that, but I think they could have gotten a better shot here. I mean, early in the shot clock, I mean, we're talking about 18 seconds he gets this shot off, so, use more time, bleed the clock a little bit. I get you want to go for the 2-for-1, but I don't know, I don't know if that's where the Wizards are right now, and they just kind of need the wins, bring the clock down, get a solid shot, maybe even go for the 3 if that's what you feel, and then just lock up defensively at the end of the game. But the 2-for-1 here, I get the idea, and it's not a bad idea. I'm not knocking the idea. I'm a little knocking the execution here. Russell Westbrook trying to test Chris Middleton, and it's just too much, man. It's just too much. So great 3 by Russell Westbrook, and then trying to drive down low kind of loses them the game a little bit. So a little unfortunate there. Russell Westbrook still had a great night. We'll check the turnovers to make sure it's actually a great night or just a decent night. But unfortunate, you live and die by Russell Westbrook, and that's what they got last night. They die by him. Alrighty, let's start here with the Bucks. Giannis, 33 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists. Absolutely magnificent shot, 63%, 2 of 4 from 3. All right, kind of getting a little more cocky with the threes. All right, I'll take 2 of 4 from 3 from Giannis. Stretching the floor a little bit, not bad. And then 7 of 8 from the free throw line again, kind of keeping those up a little bit. So Giannis, after this All-Star break, kind of working on everything, working on the threes, working on the free throws, and we're having great nights by Giannis, which, we usually get. Alrighty, then Chris Middleton, 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. But look at this, 25% shooting. He took 12 shots. The only reason why he had 16 points was because he got to the line 9 times. So, man, oh, man, Chris Middleton needs to start stepping it up, folks, if they want to have a chance of making a deep run in the playoffs, or they'll get bounced first round to the Heat again. It doesn't matter. What's their first round comp so far up to this point? They're going to have to face the Hornets, and I'll take the Hornets over them. I don't care. I'll take the Hornets. I got no problem taking the Hornets over the Bucks. Cody Zeller maybe won't have great success here, but, I mean, Terry Rozier, LaMelo Ball, and Gordon Hayward, those threes are going to be raining. They just hit 21 last game. They just hit 9 in the first quarter. That will instantly beat the Bucks there. So I'll take the Hornets over the Bucks. Alrighty, Brook Lopez, 11 points, 5 rebounds. A little light on him, honestly. Why did he take 7 threes? I don't like that. I do not like that at all. Alrighty, Dante DiVincenzo, 10 points, 13 rebounds. Holy cow. Once again, not a great shooting, 1 of 4 from 3. He's got to be kind of their main three-pointer if Chris Middleton's not stepping it up. 44% shooting from the night. And then Drew Holiday, 18 points, 8 rebounds. Everybody was rebounding. Holy cow. And that's kind of what we know. I mean, how much did they get out-rebounded by? Holy cow. I mean, this is no surprise to us because the Wizards don't have a big to save their lives and the Bucks are just full of beef. So the Bucks had 57 rebounds, holy moly, while the Wizards only had 25 or 41. Am I bugging? Oh, they had 41. I was switching it around a little bit. But still, I mean, that's 16 more rebounds. That's enough, folks. That's enough. So, gosh darn. Holy cow. All right. And then Drew Holiday also has to start shooting a little bit better here. Only 33% shooting on the night. He did put up 18 points, which I do respect and I do like. That's exactly where he needs to be. Giannis with the 25 plus, Chris Middleton with the 20 plus, even though he didn't get it here. And then, Drew Holiday 15 plus, and he's got the 18 here. So not bad overall, but definitely got to be a little bit better shooting. And then look at this great performance from their bench. Pat Connaughton, 11 points, 5 rebounds. Bobby Portis, 14 points, 8 rebounds. Literally everybody was just grabbing boards. Wild. And then Brian Forbes, 10 points in only 16 minutes off the bench. So great tonight by their starter. Giannis, a little light by Chris Middleton, but great job by their bench to kind of make up for it. Alrighty, now the Wizards. Now let's start with Russell Westbrook. No Bradley Beal either. So Russell Westbrook, that's why he's taking all the shots. And, of everybody on this team, I do want Russell Westbrook taking the last shot. Just kind of wish it was a little bit of a better shot, unfortunately. Not going against Chris Middleton down low. But Russell Westbrook, 42 points, 12 assists, 10 rebounds, 6 turnovers. That's not bad of kind of being the main ball scorer and just kind of the facilitator of the ball now because no Bradley Beal. So, yeah, 6 turnovers is still a lot, but with the 42 points, with a triple-double, with shooting 50% on 32 shots, with shooting 5 of 11 from 3, I'm not going to knock it. What I will knock is the 5 of 9 from the free throw line. What are we, Giannis out here with the free throws? What are you, old Giannis this season? All right, Russell Westbrook just cannot have a clean game. He can never have a 100% clean game, folks. It's unfortunate. Alrighty, Garrison Matthews steps up in the place of Bradley Beal, but he does not look anything like Bradley Beal out here. 9 points on 27% shooting. What are you doing? Alex Len at the 5, 10 points, 6 rebounds. Rui Hachimura, he had a great night. 29 points, 11 rebounds on 61% shooting and 3 of 5 from 3. Absolutely magnificent. We'll take that all day from Rui. Wish he would kind of play like this a little bit more consistently once Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook are on the floor, but I get it. It's tough to get 18 shots up with Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook. It's hard to get the ball in good spots because of Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook, of kind of what they do shooting the ball and how much they just demand the ball just on a normal basis. So Rui Hachimura, at least he's kind of showing up here when he has to be the number 2. He steps up, so we'll take that. Alrighty then, Denny Avdija at the 3, 9 points, 4 rebounds on 40% shooting. And then off their bench, only Raul Neto, 10 points, 6 assists off the bench. That was the only good, decent performance. So, Bucks able to get it done because of their rebounding, because of their bench. Unfortunately, Russell Westbrook maybe loses them the game a little bit. Alrighty, moving on to the Hawks and the Kings now. We'll start here with the Hawks. Trae Young, 28 points, 9 assists, 52% shooting. Not terrible. 5 of 10 from 3. Not terrible. All right, then Kevin Huerter, 8 points, 6 assists, 1 rebound, 42% shooting. Not bad, I guess. And then we're back to Clint Capella, baby. 24 points, 14 rebounds, 6 of those rebounds offensive, and he shot 83%. Who's going to stop this man? Nobody. And then John Collins, pretty decent night as well. 16 points, 5 rebounds on 44% shooting. Not terrible. He shot 0 of 2 from 3. Not great, but hey, the 16 points, we'll take that. And then Tony Snell, the man who hit the game-winning buzzer beater over the Raptors in their first game back, only 8 points and 3 rebounds, but it was enough. I mean, he shot 100%, 8 points, so can't knock that. So overall, pretty good night here from the starters. The main three got it done, and that's all we're asking for. And then the bench also gets it done as well. Look at this. Danilo Gallinari, 15 points, 7 rebounds on 54% shooting and 3 of 6 from 3. I'll take it. And then Rajon Rondo, 10 points, 3 rebounds, and only 14 minutes of play. That's 2 players in double digits scoring off the bench, and we'll take that. So they're able to beat the Kings. Let's see what happened to the Kings now. De'Aaron Fox, 32 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds. Man, that man is good. Unfortunately, he did not shoot well. 2 of 10 from 3 and 45% overall. So definitely got to hit the 3 a little bit better. Buddy Hield, once again, he could be so much better out here. He does live and die by the 3, and usually he does die by the 3 a little bit more than he lives by, just on kind of the sheer volume of the 3 that he takes. So Buddy Hield took 11 threes, but only made 2 of them. That's why he's got only 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. And I mean, look at this, folks. De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield took 21 threes themselves and only made 4. I mean, that's not great at all. All right, Raquan Holmes, 20 points and 12 rebounds. Holy moly, yes, sir. Great game by him. Marvin Bagley, 12 points, 7 rebounds, and Harrison Barnes, 11 points, 5 assists, and 7 rebounds. So kind of collectively as a team, they all got it done. Just shot very lackluster at the 3. Unfortunately, didn't get great contribution from the bench. Really, Tyrese Halliburton was the best one with 8 points and 4 assists and 3 rebounds. But other than that, not kind of the great performances that the Hawks had off the bench. And that was kind of the main difference here in this game. So a little unfortunate here by the Kings. Got to start having their bench step it up a little bit, and have to start having Buddy Hield to start to lock it in from 3 a little bit more, because he's got to be kind of the second leading scorer here. Can't be the center. It's got to be De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield, but Buddy Hield's got to be a little bit more efficient in the shooting department. So the Hawks get the win, 121-106. Alrighty, moving on to Blazers and the Timberwolves now. We'll start here with the Blazers, and we'll start here with Damian Lillard, 25 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds on 36% shooting, 3 of 10 from 3. So everything else was great, just not efficient shooting the ball. Gary Trent Jr., 14 points, no assists, 1 rebound on 38% shooting, 2 of 7 from 3. So, yikes. The shooting wasn't there, the efficiency wasn't there, and the rebounding and the assists weren't there either. Unfortunate. Enes Kanter, 20 points, 11 rebounds. Classic night by him. Robert Covington, 9 points, 6 rebounds on 75% shooting. And then Derrick Jones Jr., what has he got for us this game? 11 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds on 50% shooting on 8 shots, 1 of 3 from 3, -4 in the plus-minus. Not great. He can be so much better. Luckily for this Blazers team, Carmelo Anthony steps up. And should we be talking about Carmelo Anthony in the 6th Man of the Year discussion? Because this man just dropped 26 points, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds on 57% shooting, and really kind of helped them win. I mean, they only beat the Timberwolves by 4 points. So really, Carmelo Anthony scoring the 26 with not Gary Trent Jr. putting up a lot of points, or Derrick Jones Jr., or Robert Covington. It was really just Lillard, Carmelo, and Enes Kanter all getting it done offensively. So maybe we should start looking at Carmelo Anthony a little bit more heavily in the 6th Man of the Year category. We are going to be having official 6th Man of the Year discussions on a weekly basis now, since it's the back half of the NBA season, and we can start talking about MVP and 6th Man of the Year a little bit more clearly now. We are going to have segments on Thursdays. Fridays still going to be our power rankings, but Thursdays we're going to be talking about MVP and 6th Man of the Year on kind of what these players are doing in the last week, and kind of seeing who we think, kind of ranking them consistently, so we kind of get an accurate picture at this back half of the season. So look forward to that on Thursday. We will start that next Thursday. Very well done for Carmelo. We'll see if we can kind of put him in the initial category, maybe the top 5 of the 6th Man of the Year candidate. Alrighty, now let's talk about the Timberwolves now. Let's see, Karl Anthony Towns, 34 points, 4 assists, 10 rebounds on 57% shooting. Exactly what you want from this man. Alrighty, now Anthony Edwards is the number 2, and he put up 21 points, 3 assists, 8 rebounds on 44% shooting. Not terrible overall. The points were there, so that's what we're talking about. Then probably the 3rd leading scorer would have to go to Ricky Rubio, and he put up 10 points and 8 assists and 4 rebounds on 75% shooting. But Jared Vanderbilt and Jake Lyman not really doing doing really anything scoring-wise. Jared Vanderbilt at the 4, 3 points. He did have 9 rebounds, and he did shoot 100%, so I will give him that. It's just kind of being the defense, and he was a +1. So decent night, just not scoring the ball. And then Jake Layman, 3 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds, and he shot 20%. So the points for him definitely weren't there. Luckily for the Timberwolves, they did get some nice bench play here. Jalen Noel, 17 points, 5 rebounds. Naz Reid, 11 points and 4 rebounds. And Juancho Hernangomez, 10 points, 8 rebounds off the bench. And, hey, they played very, very well here. Everybody, the starters, the main 3, played very well. Anthony Edwards played well. That's great. And they did get 3 double-digit scores off the bench. Unfortunately, just not enough to overtake the firepower of the Blazers. And I forgot to show this highlight clip at the top before we started talking about the stats here. But here it is. Blazers up 3, 118-115 over the Timberwolves with only a minute and 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Damian Lillard's got the ball, and what does he do with it? He cashes out a step-back 3, extends the lead from 3 to 6, and really ices the game with a minute and 10 seconds left. That's what Damian Lillard does. Always clutch. He will always close out the games, folks. Respect this man. He is the MVP. I don't want to hear it anymore, folks, truly. Alrighty, let's move on to the Pacers and the Suns, and I cannot wait to talk about this Pacers team. Here we go. Well, let's start right off the rip with Caris LeVert, baby, in the starting lineup at the 2. So this is the new lineup here. Malcolm Brogdon at the 1, Caris LeVert at the 2, Justin Holiday at the 3, Domantas Sabonis still at the 4, and Miles Turner still at the 5. And then you have Doug McDermott coming off the bench. Absolutely magnificent here. So here we go. Caris LeVert, 13 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. He didn't shoot well, 35% and 0-4 from the field, but still, this is his first game back in this rhythm with a new team and all that, and he still played decent defense, only -3, not bad. Definitely could have played a little bit better, but still, the scoring was there, the rebounding was there for a good first game back performance. I'll give it to him. And not only did he have a good game, while everybody else had a great game, and they got additional scoring. That's really all this Pacers team need. They just needed one other person to score the ball, and that's exactly what they had. Now, the bench is a little bit deeper. Your starting lineup is still great. Or still good. It's not any worse than what it was with Doug McDermott in the starting rotation at the 3. Like, having Caris LeVert, switching him in for Doug McDermott does not make this team any better, does not make this team any worse. It just makes them better because they're a little bit deeper now. Alrighty, so Caris LeVert, that was his night. Then we'll go to Malcolm Brogdon here, 25 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds on 50% shooting, and 4 of 6 from 3. Miles Turner, 16 points, 8 rebounds, not bad there. Domantas Sabonis, 22 points, 10 assists, 13 rebounds, great night by him, triple-double on 69% shooting. And then Justin Holiday, 10 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. He didn't shoot well, 25% and 2 of 6 from 3, but decent with the double-digit points. So all the starters in double-digit points, that's exactly where you want to be. 2 players in 20-plus points, everybody in double-digit points. Now you're looking at a good win. Just need some solid contribution off the bench, and that's where Doug McDermott, previous starter of this team, comes in. He plays 26 big old minutes and puts up 22 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds on 69% shooting. That's why they're going to start winning some games now. And if they get a better big, if they get a big at the trade deadline, Miles Turner either comes off the bench or that big comes off the bench, and now you've got a real solid, deep team here. But we should start seeing some nice quality wins out of this Pacers team, a la, them just beating the Suns last night. So fantastic work by Caris LeVert. Love seeing that man back in the lineup, back playing. Alrighty, let's talk about why the Suns lost. Why? All right, here we go. Chris Paul, 8 points, 10 assists, and 4 rebounds, and 4 steals. So kind of a good night. Did not shoot well, 20% from the field on 10 shots, and 1 of 4 from 3. So the scoring definitely could have been a little bit better. Devin Booker, 20 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds on 45% shooting, 1 of 6 from 3. Not great shooting there either. DeAndre Ayton, 14 points, 12 rebounds, exactly what you want for him. Frank Kaminsky, 2 points on 1 shot and 6 rebounds. And then Mikal Bridges, 14 points and no rebounds and only 2 assists on 50% shooting. Then that brings us to their bench. So they got really no great scoring from the starters. Chris Paul wasn't on. Devin Booker kind of lackluster. 20 points is good, but, Devin Booker, he's shown that he can put up more than that. So not great scoring department from the main 3 there. Off the bench, Dario Saric had a great game, 17 points and 5 rebounds on 66% shooting. And then Abdel Nader, 14 points on 50% shooting. Unfortunately, Jay Crowder didn't do that great. 2 points on 8 shots, shooting only 12%. 3 rebounds. And Cameron Payne, 9 points. That's not bad. But he shot 66%, so not bad there. So some decent performances here off the bench. Could have been a little bit better here from their stars, from Chris Paul, from Devin Booker. Unfortunately, they just ran into a little bit of a deep Pacers team where everybody was on. So unfortunate there by the Suns, but they'll be fine. I mean, this isn't a big old loss by them. They should still be fine. Alrighty, then the last game of the night, the Nuggets and the Mavericks. Unfortunately, we took the Nuggets in the moneymaker, and it kind of bit us in the butt a little bit. But let's start with this Mavericks team. Why are they having continued success here? Because they've kind of really been getting back on track here, folks. It's really kind of been great what they've been doing kind of the last solid 3 weeks, even before the All-Star break, really securing it, shoring up their offense and defense right before the All-Star break. And then they're still coming out hitting. So here we go. Luka Doncic, 21 points, 12 assists, 5 rebounds on 43% shooting, 3 of 10 from 3 is not great, but everything else was there. Josh Richardson, 20 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds on 55% shooting. Not bad there. Kristaps Porzingis, 25 big old points with 6 rebounds. Yes, sir. Maxi Kleber, 8 points, 7 rebounds. Dorian Finney-Smith, 11 points, 8 rebounds. So not bad by kind of everybody in their starting lineup. And then off the bench, we get Jalen Brunson, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Tim Hardaway Jr. had 8 points and 3 rebounds. And look at this. Dwight Powell, 6 points, 11 rebounds, 4 of those rebounds offensive. So great job by the starters. Some solid contributions from this bench. And now let's see what happened to this Nuggets team. Who did not step up? Well, right away, Paul Millsap is back in the starting lineup. We saw him come off the bench for his first game back, now in the starting lineup, and once again at the 4. Okay, so Michael Porter Jr. goes back to the 3. We saw him having great success at the 4, so we'll see if his game kind of changes any here now that he's at the 4, or now that he's back at the 3. Don't think I like him too much at the 3. But we'll see. We'll see how he does. Let's start here with Jokic. 26 points, 11 assists, 9 rebounds on 50% shooting, 1 of 5 from 3. So wasn't hitting the threes this game. Jamal Murray, 10 points, 5 assists, 2 rebounds. Once again, Jamal Murray on 30% shooting, 1 of 5 from 3. He's got to be a little bit more consistent. I don't want to say more consistent. It's just when this team loses, you can easily kind of identify why they lose, because it's either Michael Porter Jr. not going for 20 plus, or Jokic going for 20 plus, or Jamal Murray going for 20 plus. And that's what we get here. Jamal Murray only going for 10, so not really great there. Will Barton had a great game, though, 23 points, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds. So, I mean, kind of making up for, Jamal Murray's kind of lack of scoring production. Paul Millsap, 5 points. He took 9 shots. A little uncharacteristic of him. So did not shoot great. It was not scoring the ball very well. And then Michael Porter Jr. to round out the starters, 23 points and 8 rebounds on 77% shooting and 4 or 5 from 3. That's what we're talking about. So Michael Porter Jr.'s first game back at the 3, and he basically like it was playing with the 4 for the last kind of 2 or 3 games without Paul Millsap in the lineup. So very well done by Michael Porter Jr. and Jokic. Unfortunately, Jamal Murray didn't have that great of a night. And look at this bench. Nothing great. PJ Dozier, 5 points. Yikes. Jermichael Green, 5 points. Those were their 2 leading scorers off the bench, 5 points each. So definitely missing their bench, and that's why they lost. Jamal Murray not putting up 20-plus points, and their bench being absolutely not great at all. Holy cow. Yeah, that's a trash bench right there. That was a trash bench performance last night. Alrighty, that was all the NBA from last night. Let's kind of see what's on deck today. Here we go. We got Grizzlies Thunder tipping off at 2 o'clock. Then we got Jazz and Warriors at 4 o'clock. Then we got Spurs and 76ers at 6:30. Alrighty. So, hey, an hour out from now, we got basketball on all day. Perfect. Alrighty, then we get Heat and Magic, Cavs, Hawks, Celtics, Rockets, Blazers, T-Wolves, Raptors, Bulls, and then even the primetime nationally televised games of the Clippers and Pelicans. And we might be taking the Clippers here, folks. If they're getting solid value, we'll be taking them. So let's get these lines up to date. Let's get our moneymaker back on track. We've been kind of in the right thinking ever since the All-Star break with our spreads and our picks, just haven't, really been executing. We've been picking the right winners. Just the spreads were a little bit too much that we've been biting off. So let's see if we can find some good value now that teams are starting to kind of solidify what they actually are after the All-Star break. Up until the All-Star break, they solidified what they are. But now, after that break, let's kind of get back to where we are and, what we can actually do. So, the first couple games back, always a little tricky, but, we're getting right into the rhythm. We're going to be fine, folks. Don't worry about little old us over here. So let's get back on track tonight with a nice little moneymaker. Let's see where the value is. Let's find the value, folks. Here we go. Alrighty. First game up is Grizzlies and the Thunder. Let's see if Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is back here. Let's see if Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is all Gucci to go here. Let's see what we get. Jaren Jackson is out for the Grizzlies. Now for the Thunder, Al Horford is out. Trevor Ariza is out. George Hill is out. Luguentz Dort is out. Darius Baisley's out. Theo Maledon is out. Josh Hall is out. So everybody except Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out. So I don't even know if I want to swallow 8 for the Grizzlies here, honestly. I do like it. I mean, all these players out, you just have to live and die by the spread. I get it. Unfortunately, I don't think we can. All right. We'll come back to this one. Let's see. I'm kind of going to stay away from swallowing a lot of points. I mean, we just swallowed 11 there last night by the Nets, and they only win by 5. We just swallowed 10.5 by the Bucks last night, and they only win by 6. We swallowed 5 by the Blazers, and they win by 4. So let's kind of find some smaller, better value. Let's see that. Or take the points, either of the two. Alrighty, next game up, Jazz and the Warriors. Jazz -7, Warriors +7 at home. Now, why I think the Warriors +7 could be good value is, did y'all just see their very, very lackluster performance in their first game back? We had Steph Curry going wild on the bench, calling everybody out. Alrighty, everybody is good to go for the Jazz, and everybody is good to go for the Warriors. But, they're not going to match up. Rudy Gobert, this is a decent matchup for the Warriors because their three-point shooting is still decent, and that's what's going to beat the Jazz. But, their bigs don't shoot threes. So, no, is that going to be too much? So, once again, I don't think we can take this game either. Jazz Warriors, I think we got to stay away from it. Ugh, alrighty. Let's keep it going here. Not great value here so far. Brings us to Spurs and the 76ers. Spurs +5, 76ers -5. Let's see. I think Joel Embiid is still out, correct? Yes, sir. He's going to be out for a couple. LaMarcus Aldridge is out because they're going to be trading him. And DeMar DeRozan is still out for the Spurs. So Ben Simmons is still out. Well, he's a game-time decision, so still could go. But Joel Embiid is definitely out, so 76ers, can't trust him without Joel Embiid. I cannot take the 76ers team without Joel Embiid, and I can't take the Spurs without DeMar DeRozan, so we cannot take this game either. Man, alrighty. Nothing great here these first couple of games up. Hopefully we start finding some good value here at the back half. Alrighty, Heat, Magic. Heat -7.5, Magic +7.5. Is Aaron Gordon good to go? He played one game and sat out the last two. What is that? Alright, for the Heat, Bam Adebayo is still out. Damn. Alright, they've got their work cut out for them these last couple of games. They made it work. They haven't been winning these games, so great for them. But when is that going to run out? When are they going to need that big back? Alrighty, for the Magic now, Terrence Ross, game-time decision. James Ennis out. Evan Fournier out. Aaron Gordon out. So, Markelle Fultz out for the season, which we knew. So, wow. We've got to just... do we ride with the Heat? Ugh, 7 here. Is it 7? What is it? 7.5 on the road. Ugh. I like this Heat team. Jimmy Butler and Goran Dragic are in the starting lineup, so, they're still good to go, so they should win this game hands down. What have they done in their last two? They beat the Bulls by 11. That's a good sign, actually. But once again, 7.5. That's real close to 11, folks. I don't want any wiggle room. They are 9-1 in their last 10 as well. Damn, some big spreads here. Darn it. Let's move on. Let's not take this either. Alright, now we're up to Cavs and the Hawks. Cavs +6.5, Hawks -6.5. We may be taking the Cavs plus the points here if everybody's good to go. Here we go for the Cavs. Matthew Dellavedova is out. Darius Garland is a game time decision. I mean, the reason why the Cavs were so bad in their first meeting was because, they put, Kevin Love and Matthew Dellavedova right in that starting lineup, or Larry Nance Jr. right in that starting lineup. And then for the Hawks, Chris Dunn is out and Cam Reddish is still out for the Hawks. So once again, close here, man. I can't take this Cavs team until they prove something to us, folks. I mean, we cannot. I got to see them play good first. Man, and 6.5, I can't swallow that with the Hawks right now, folks. Damn. Alrighty, so not looking like a great value Sunday here. Alrighty. Then we get Celtics and Rockets. Celtics minus 11, Rockets plus 11. I think everybody's still out for this Rockets team. Everybody's good to go for the Celtics, and for the Rockets, Eric Gordon is out, John Wall is out, Darren House Jr. is out, PJ Tucker's out, Christian Wood is still out, David Waba is a game-time decision. So Victor Oladipo's the only one that's potentially going to be in for this Rockets team. I mean, honestly, Daniel Tice is probably going to eat all day. Tristan Thompson's probably going to eat all day. So I know we just talked about not swallowing all these points, but when we're talking about basically all the starters for the Rockets being out, we can swallow 11 here for the Celtics. So let's swallow 11 and get heartbroken when they only win by 10. We got to start picking some games here, right? Alrighty, then we get the Blazers and the Timberwolves. Blazers minus 5, T-Wolves plus 5. Now they just had the same game last night where they won by 4, so I'm sure we're going to be staying away from this one. Everybody's good to go for the Blazers, just the usual suspects out, and same thing for the Timberwolves, just the usual suspects are out. So going to stay away from this one. It's in a back-to-back on a back-to-back literally, so they just played last night and they'll play again tonight. So gonna stay away from this one, even though I like the Blazers. The seconds in a back-to-back, especially when they play back-to-back in back-to-back days, it's usually a little wonky, so we'll stay away from it. Then we get Raptors and Bulls. Raptors plus 3, Bulls minus 3. Alrighty, let's see if everybody good to go for the Bulls or everybody's still out for COVID. Everybody is still out for COVID. Fred VanVleet is out. Pascal Siakam is out. OG Anunoby is out. And Chris Boucher is a game-time decision with lips injury. What is that about? It says game-time decision. Lips. That is funny. They definitely need Chris Boucher. And now for the Bulls, everybody's good to go except for Garrett Temple. So do we trust the Bulls to get back on track here over the Raptors? Probably, right? Probably. They just lost their last 2. Man, oh man. Gotta stay away from it, though, I think. Damn, this is hard tonight. Damn, alrighty. Then the last game, the Clippers and the Pelicans. Clippers minus 6, Pelicans plus 6, and honestly, I like the Clippers if everybody's gonna go. Patrick Beverley is out, unfortunately. Did he miss last game as well? Their last game, yes, he did play 10 minutes. He only played 10 minutes, though, and they still won, and they won by 26, so not huge there. Still a decent out. And then for the Pelicans, J.J. Redick is out. But honestly, I'm not impressed by this Pelicans team. Never have really been truly impressed by this team. So we'll go with the Clippers here. They should be the better team. If they go and play like it, they should win and kind of have success here down low with the 3. Really everything. Cannot trust this Pelicans team. So are we only going to have a little lone 2-teamer here tonight? Should we beef it up? Let's take the Grizzlies minus 8. Let's get a 3-teamer here going with the 2:00 game here tonight. And then do we do the Jazz? No, we're not going to double down on the Jazz, but let's just extend it to a 3-teamer, get the kind of 2:00 in our favor as well. I mean, like we said, a lot of people are out for the Thunder team. Cannot trust them, so we'll take the Grizzlies minus 8 here. Take the Grizzlies. Yeah, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's going to go, but, like we said, everybody else is out, and, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, if he goes for 30, that's fine, but you're not going to have a great big. You're not going to have Luguentz Dort, who really doesn't do anything, but still out there. So, we'll take the Grizzlies minus 8. We say they stay on track here. So, our 3-teamer today is Celtics minus 11, Clippers minus 6, and Grizzlies minus 8 there for our moneymaker. Alrighty, let's head over to our NFL draft prospect of the day here. Alright, in today's prospect we're going to be looking at is a defensive edge rusher from Wake Forest, Carlos Bashman Jr. Alrighty, we'll break down the stats and look at the highlights and see what this man's got going on. But here we go. 6'5", 285. Absolutely mammoth. I mean, J.J. Watt's like 6'5", 270. So, I mean, this man's even a little bit more beefier than J.J. Watt. So, I'm expecting a lot of boom here. I'm expecting a lot of hits. So, hopefully we see that in the highlights. But here we go. 4 years at Wake Forest, yes, sir, getting that degree, and he was in a bowl game every single season, so we'll see how he kind of played in those bowl games as well. We weigh bowl games very heavily, folks. You play against very lackluster defenses the entire season. You have about 3 weeks to a month to prepare for the bowl games, so you get better defenses, you get all the time to prepare. There should be no reason why you flop in the bowl game, and if you flop in the bowl game, that's going to hurt the draft stock, in my opinion. But here we go. 2017, played 11 games, had 24 total tackles, no sacks, no interceptions, 3 pass defenses, 1 fumble recovery. So not bad your first season. All right, then 2018, 64 tackles. Yes, sir. 4.5 sacks, no picks, 1 pass defense, 2 fumble recoveries, and a touchdown. Oh, yes, sir. The man had a fumble 6. Yes, sir. Scoop and score, my man. Alrighty, then came 2019, his junior season, 57 tackles, 10 sacks. Holy moly. No interception still. 3 pass defenses, no fumble recoveries, but 3 forced fumbles. Holy moly. Getting it done. 10 sacks and 3 forced fumbles. Holy cow. Alrighty, then came this season. Only played 6 games. 28 tackles, 5 sacks. So, I mean, he played 13 games with that 10-sack season, 6 games with 5 sacks. So, hey, the production is still there. Just the lack of games, not that great of production because of lesser games. No interceptions, 1 pass defense, and 4 forced fumbles still. Holy cow, in only 6 games. So, it was all there, folks. Yes, sir. All righty. So, these stats are kind of getting better every single season, getting more kind of getting more involved in kind of the turnover games with the sacks, knocking you out of either field goal range or bringing up 3rd long or bringing up 4th down on that last sack on 3rd down. So getting those turnovers, those forced fumbles, those pass defenses, absolutely fantastic here. So the stats, they've been getting better every single season. Obviously, for the lack of just kind of output of production, he only played 6 games this season. Alrighty, so let's get into these bowl games now. Let's go to 2017, his first year. Here we go. Bowl game against Texas A&M. They get the win. He had 1 tackle, no sacks, nothing. But once again, 2017 was his worst year. Ooh, and they also gave up 52 points. Not great. Not great there. Gave up 10 points in the 4th quarter. Consistent points throughout the entire game, so the defense wasn't shutting anything down. Alrighty, but that's his freshman year, so maybe we can kind of, not put too much weight into it. So let's go to 2018 now. That bowl game against Memphis. Once again, a win. He had 5 tackles, 1 sack, and that is it. But let's see how many points they give up defensively. 34 points. Once again, just squeaking out these wins here. Only winning by 3. The first bowl game winning by 3. Their second bowl game giving up 34 points. Alrighty. When did that sack come? Can we find out when that sack came? Maybe not. Alrighty. Only gave up 7 points in the 4th quarter, so not bad. Alrighty, so getting a little bit better. Alright, now these last 2 seasons, 2019 and 2020, definitely got to show us something in these bowl games because these were his best 2 seasons. So here we go. 2019 bowl game against Michigan State. Oh, they lose. No. I thought he was going to go undefeated in these bowl games. I was going to be impressed. But here we go. 2019 loss against Michigan State in the bowl game. 4 tackles, 1 sack, 1 pass defense. Still no forced fumbles or fumble recoveries. Unfortunate. But let's see. They gave up 27 points, so gave up less points than lost. Not great than those last 2 bowl games. Alrighty. How many points they give up in the 4th quarter? No points. Alright. Just got kind of front-loaded with the points. 10 points in the first, 10 points in the second. Alrighty. Not terrible there. Alrighty. I'd like to see him be a little bit more of an impact in these bowl games. And then 2020, let's see if he even played in the bowl games, first of all. So he only played 6 games. Wake Forest played 9. So he probably didn't even play in this year's bowl game. I'm almost certain he didn't. And he did not. So a little unfortunate there. So, alrighty. No great production in those bowl games. Very not great. Would have liked to see a little bit more impact, a lot more sacks, maybe, some of those forced fumbles and fumble recoveries and, sacks. I mean, he had no sacks in any of those bowl games. I think he maybe had one. Did he have one in 28-19 where he had that 10-sack season? He had one sack. Alrighty. Yeah, alrighty. Not bad, but still, I mean, let's be a little bit better. So bowl games, let's just put mediocre. Because he did get 2 wins, which I do like. I do want to see you winning the bowl games, and you won 2 of the 3. Just didn't do a lot of production in those bowl games. Alrighty, so now the stats. Since we broke down the stats, let's get into the highlights now. Let's start feeling good about this man. Let's see what this man was doing. Now, these are highlights from this season alone, I believe, so we're not going to get that 10 sacks, but we are still going to get some nice solid sacks, and like we said, he had 4 forced fumbles, so we can see something here. So here we go. Carlos Bashman Jr., defensive end from Wake Forest. What do you got, young fella? Let's see, at 6'5", 285. Jesus, that's a beast out here. All right, actually, we also have to get the numbers so we can kind of track him around. Ooh, 3 numbers here. 98, 18, and 9. I'm assuming 9 is this season's number. So here we go. Let's start tracking this man. Here we go. Here he is on the edge, just kind of playing, and then he goes and makes the attack at Trevor Lawrence and brings him down. Alrighty. I mean, this was kind of a coverage sack. I mean, the pressure, the rush really never got there. Solid time to throw. Never really got rid of it. But, hey, he still made the sack, so we'll give the man credit, and he did it against Trevor Lawrence. I mean, that's a quarterback you do definitely want to have on your sack resume. So definitely very good right here. And that closing speed was not bad from him. Maybe Trevor Lawrence thought he could buy a little bit more time. But, yeah, he kind of flew out here. Look at this kind of point of attack. As soon as he sheds this block and now makes the conscious decision to go and attack him, kind of watch this burst of speed right here. That's pretty dang good. So we'll kind of watch for his speed, obviously, as the highlights go, but, that's pretty promising right there. Very well done, and he does look beefy out there. You can tell that man is 285, and that, yes, sir. So this is some beef coming at you. Definitely afraid. Oh, yes, sir. Just working on the edge here, able to kind of get around the lineman right there, and the quarterback never sees him, and he just goes and obliterates this quarterback right here, forces the fumble. Do they recover it? Can they get on top? What did the ref say? It's a big old hit by this man. We don't know if they recover it. We'll assume they do. But here we go. Next play just comes right in on the run. And yes, sir, barely gets blocked right here. Here he is right on the edge. And he just comes through, circle him down. Now, a little unfortunate that he did kind of fling him forward on this run. Probably gave him an extra he probably gave him 4 yards on the run just of how ferociously threw him forward. So, maybe not do that next time. Just bring him down. But, yeah, I mean, just clearing those blocks quickly, fantastic work. All right, here we go. Just a little bit of an edge, dropping back into pass coverage, and then actually just kind of working around, waiting for him to kind of move out of the pocket, and then going and making that attack. And once again, this point of attack here, watch this man. This is now the instant where he goes and makes the conscious decision to go and attack the quarterback right now. So just watch this man's burst of speed right here. This is pretty dang good. For a defensive lineman at 285, I mean, wow, this man moves great for 285. I've seen enough. I can definitely make this as a note. He moves great at 285. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, if you got a nice, fast, tall, big defensive end, I mean, what more do you want? Very well done to stick with the play. And then you're not going to beat him to the edge. Don't think you can escape this man on the edge. No. He's going to bring you down. All right, here we go. Alrighty, once again, just kind of keep working, probably a coverage sack. The quarterback had plenty of time to get rid of it, and he just kind of goes around, loops around, and brings him down from behind for about a 2-yard loss. So very well done to stick with it. Yes, sir. I mean, this is like a solid 3 seconds of throwing, which is probably going to be thrown in the NFL. But, hey, we'll still give him credit for the sack there. Alrighty, next play up at the top of the screen. And once again, does he draw the double team? Let's see how many players they send on this block. He gets the double team, and he just sheds right through it. And, I mean, this quarterback really doesn't even have that much time to throw. As soon as, he's done with the play action, The play action is officially done right now. He's already breaking through the double team, so you really can't do anything throwing this ball. It's there. The double teams, he will break through it. Yes, sir. Very well done. And then just brings the quarterback down. Solid tackling there, making sure these quarterbacks are not escaping him. Bringing him down, not just shaking him off or doing just a hand tackle or a jersey grab, literally bringing these quarterbacks down. Alrighty, next play. Oh my God! They're trying to do a little bit of maybe a draw play. It's a running play. And he's through the line before the plays even gets developed. I mean, look at this. Folks, the ball hasn't even been handed off yet, and this man is already 2 yards in the backfield. Oh my, this is going nowhere, obviously. So just a huge mammoth down there, and he can get through the line quickly. Damn. Gets through the line quickly. Dang, man. This man is great. That's crazy. Oof. He could have taken the handoff. He could be like, no, I'm going to take this one. I'll run this one for you. I got y'all take it, play off. I'll run the ball for you. All righty. Let's watch this one. Here he is up top. Just kind of nice move to get inside, and look at this diving tackle by this man. This man wanted the sack so bad, wasn't sure, didn't want this quarterback to kind of get rid of the ball very quickly, so he just makes a dive. Look at this. If he starts to dive from right here, this is ludicrous, but let's watch it. Here we go. Oh my God. I want to play this one in slow motion, folks. I want to say this is like a 6-foot dive right here, folks. How many yards is that? 2-yard dive. 2-yard dive. Woof. All right, I want to play this one at 25% speed. Here we go. Just watch this man dive at the quarterback right here. So here we go. I mean, great move just to kind of swim over him with that right hand, and now he's wide open. And like we said, he doesn't want this quarterback to get rid of the ball quickly by just running up to him. He feels maybe he has a better chance at just diving at him, or maybe this kind of lineman right here that kind of gets a hold on him is bringing him down, but he fights through it, and he's able. Look at this full extension dive for a secure sack, folks. Oh my gosh. There he goes. Brings him down. Bring that man down. Yes, sir. All righty. Yo, Carlos Bashman, I am loving this man right now, folks. Truly. All righty. Woof. The big man can do it all. Diving, running, closeout speed, bull rush. Absolute. Oh, he's going to get another sack on Trevor Lawrence. Yes! 2 sacks on Trevor Lawrence. Absolutely fantastic right here. Just kind of gets pushed inside. No big deal. Sticking with it. Working towards the quarterback at all times. Keeping his eyes at the quarterback. And, yes, he got pushed around the line a little bit right here. As we said, like we said, he got pushed inside right here, starting off the edge, getting pushed inside, finding that empty space, and then going and making the attack on the quarterback, bringing him down. Alrighty, we're back. Is he back at number 9? Yes, he is. Bingo, bango. Once again, just working, never giving up. Once again, kind of a coverage sack a little bit. He pulls it down. Solid probably 3 seconds to throw the ball, but he just works at it. The quarterback doesn't see anything downfield. He steps up in the pocket a little bit, and now you're in, Bashman's territory where he goes and brings you down. Fantastic work. Alrighty, yes, sir. Don't try to do this little kind of, sweet play to the edge because I'm setting the edge. You're not going to, just because I'm blitzing and crashing doesn't mean I'm not going to hold my position and set my edge. No. I'm bringing you down for 3 yards. Try to run toward me. No, sir. I can bring down the quarterback. I can bring down the running back in the backfield. No problem. I have a complete game. And here it is, once again, just on the edge right here, sets the edge, sees it's coming inside, plays down inside, and that's a no-yard gain. He can play the run fantastic, folks. Love it. Alrighty, where is he? Once again, at the top of the screen, just working. This is a sack. Bingo, bango, cannot hold him. This is probably not even 3 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3, about 2.5 seconds right there. And he's getting brought down. Exactly what you want from your edge rushers. Fantastic. Alrighty, against Florida State now. Oh my gosh, here he is all the way to the left at the top of the screen, folks. And look at this. He knows there's no chance of getting between these three players, and he possibly knows that, hey, this quarterback can take off with it. This quarterback decides to run. Now look at this movement to make up from right here. He's in the middle of the hashes right now to get all the way to this right hash and meet the quarterback right before he can start making some yardage right here at the line of scrimmage. Just look at this recovery speed by this man. Great. And then he makes the surefire hit to bring him down a yard behind the line of scrimmage. I mean, this man can ball, folks. Alrighty, an edge reverse. Which number is he? Is this number 18 right here? He played number 18? He did play number 18. So I think this is last season, 2019. All right, let's see this one again because this is going to be a reverse, and he does have to maintain the edge, but where is he? Is he on the top? I think he's on the top. All right, so here we go. Where does he start from? 18 right here? Yeah, right here. All righty. So here we go. He does kind of crash in a little bit. Crashes in. Thinks he gets beat on this toss. Not great, but it's a reverse, and he stays with it, reads it perfectly, stays with them, kind of knocks him out, makes the running back kind of bounce out maybe a couple of extra yards than he would have liked to. So now the defense on the other side can start to kind of recover a little bit more and make up that ground. So great push out there. And not only does he get the push out, I mean, great tackle right here. I mean, he makes contact right at the line of scrimmage. So all that kind of, misdirection in the push out by Bashman, I mean, it doesn't let this kind of running back get upfield quickly, meets him at the line of scrimmage, forces the fumble, and then just, once again, just the recognition, oh, it's a fake toss, oh, I can recover, oh, it's a fumble, I can recover, and that's a scoop and score, baby. Yes, sir, get those points. Yes, sir. So, really fantastic tape by this man. We have looked at another edge rusher, kind of blanking on the name, but we'll kind of compare notes maybe tomorrow on the show, really first thing. But I loved everything. I loved the speed of this man. I love just his athleticism to kind of break double teams and kind of keep the eyes on the quarterback. He set the edge. He can kind of stop the run as well, get through that line quickly and break down and meet you in the backfield before that even ball is handed off. So great work out here. Great size, great stats, great film. Loved everything about Carlos Bashman Jr. This man is going to be great in the league, folks. I love it. Alrighty, that's going to do it for us. Let's see if anything is breaking as we were live. So let's get this Twitter feed up to date here. Breaking news on a Sunday. Can we have some? Let's see. What do we got? Anything good? Oh, whoa, we got a trade. Texans to trade a linebacker. Who is this man? Benardick McKinney to Dolphins for defensive end Shaq Lawson. I like Shaq Lawson. Darn. All right. We'll see how this man's working. Trading Shaq Lawson to Houston Texans for Pro Bowler. Oh, he was a Pro Bowler. All right. Benardick McKinney. Okay. Alrighty, not bad. I mean, we just got rid of a linebacker, so obviously we need to make up that depth. So not bad. Once again, are we robbing the Texans? They don't learn their lesson after we got their third round pick. Come on. Alrighty, anything else? Oh, don't tell me Larry Fitzgerald just retired. Oh, okay. I saw a lot of Larry information news. I did not like that. That man's got to get a ring before he retires, honestly. PFF tweets out Mac Jones to Carolina. No! They're sticking with Teddy Bridgewater. Stop it. Stop it. Alrighty. I think that may be just that lone little Dolphins trade. And a Dolphins trade, that gets me a little because I do not want to see that third pick traded. I won't root for the Dolphins next year, folks. I will not be a Dolphins fan if we trade that third pick. I'm not playing. I'm not playing around. Alrighty. That's going to do it for us today, folks. Alrighty, we're back tomorrow with a new NFL draft prospect. I think we're going to be starting to talk about March Madness tomorrow on the show, so get pumped, folks. We're also probably doing a bracket challenge, so once again, stick around to our Twitter. We have information on there. Alrighty, folks, that's going to do it for us today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We're back tomorrow, folks. Alrighty, noon Eastern, twitch.tv/takesbyfan. Takes by fans.